Florence, mid-1540s. In the brilliant court of Cosimo I de' Medici, Bronzino turns oil paint into silk, skin, and strategy. This is Eleonora di Toledo, duchess, power broker, and style icon, posed with majestic calm as her young son leans close. At first glance, it's a portrait. Look a moment longer, and it becomes a proclamation. The dress glitters like armor. The gaze is cool. The child seals the promise of dynasty. How do you paint cloth that seems woven of light and a face that feels untouchable? Let's move in and read the quiet language of this masterpiece. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps us keep creating more educational videos like this one. Begin at the center. Eleonora's face and bodice. Bronzino polishes skin to a marble smooth calm. No visible brushwork, no flutter of pulse. Her gaze is steady yet slightly averted, aristocratically distant. A fine net of pearls crowns her hair, a jeweled pendant rests on the stern geometry of the bodice. Now trace the black-on-gold damask. Pomegranate forms and scrolling vines rise and sink as light skims the raised weave. The fabric is not merely described but staged under cool illumination, so every thread catches attention. Notice the straight posture, the firm line of the shoulders, authority housed in elegance, with ornament serving poise rather than overwhelming it. Slide to the left, where her young son nestles against her. The small body presses inward, as if seeking harbor in the grand sea of brocade. His rounded cheek, the soft shadow beneath the chin, the bright catchlights in the eyes. Bronzino tenderly records the life of a child while keeping the overall stillness. A tiny hand anchors on her sleeve, intimate, human, and politically eloquent. In courtly Florence, this closeness signals continuity: mother, heir, future. The child, often identified as Giovanni, is both portrait and symbol, reminding the viewer that Medici power is not only present, but hereditary. Now the lower register. Clasped hands, jeweled belt, brocade cascading in architectural folds. Her fingers interlace with studied restraint, rings catching pinpoints of light. The belt, golden gem-studded, cinches the composition and the body alike, a line of wealth and control. Look how the child's weight dimples the skirt, creating eddies in the fabric. Bronzino folds paint into pleats, then into shadowed valleys, then into glints that feel like metal threads. This is more than textile virtuosity. It is economic portraiture, a celebration of Florentine silk and the prosperity it signals. The material world here is a manifesto, and Eleonora wears it with unshakable composure. Step back to grasp the style as a whole. Bronzino's court portraiture is the high polish of Mannerism: cool light, sculpted contours, graceful elongations, and emotion distilled into ceremony. Surfaces are immaculate, skin like porcelain, fabric like hammered gold. Yet beneath the refinement lies narrative tension. A mother and child shown without sentimentality, a tender bond rendered with regal distance. The composition is a pyramid of stability, the palette disciplined and luminous. Bronzino invites us to admire perfection, then rewards close looking with whispers of warmth. The press of a child's cheek, the barely parted lips, the human pulse inside the pageantry. Portrait of Eleonora di Toledo is less an image than a performance of power, lineage, wealth, and self-control. Bronzino turns paint into policy, tenderness into emblem, luxury into light. We exit where we began, at the poised center. Eleonora unwavering, the child secure, the future promised. If this picture feels timeless, it's because its language still speaks. Presence, protection, and the quiet authority of a gaze that needs no words. Thanks for looking closely with us. And keep your eyes tuned for the stories that live in the details.